Welcome to Journey On. It's the first episode, very special episode of 2026, and we have guest Amy from
Yeah.
Fargo. Yeah, welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I
We
just
are,
now realized that after you said it. Yeah.
yes, that's what I do. I make people realize things, I guess. I don't
Good
know.
deal. Do more. Do
What
more.
we all do. Okay, do more. What else do we have? That's all I've got. I've used all of them for 2026 in this
Oh boy.
first 2 minutes. We're actually running late. Usually we have our ramp up time that lasts 33 minutes, but
Yep.
because Amy would not stop talking, we're like 9 minutes past our start time on this Monday night. Um,
Yep. You're
Live and
welcome.
learn.
None of that is true. None of that is true. I think Amy's cats have had more talk time on the on the pre-show than anything. But we love having you with. We're
Yes.
all together to talk about everything that's happening with Journey Fellowship. And I have to say, when we started connecting tonight, I was playing the song "Hopelessly Devoted" by Olivia Newton-John because that's been in my mind ever since you brought our word of the year, Karl. And I only shared that with
Yep.
you guys to get the earwig out and share it with
Oh,
everybody. So now everyone can have that. It's out of my head, so I can focus on being truly devoted and
that's
not
how that
hopelessly
works.
devoted. Oh
Okay.
yeah, you have to
Okay.
share it. You have to share it with
Okay.
somebody. Yeah. Usually it works. It's like hiccups. There's no guaranteed way to do it, but that's a good way. It's the drinking
Okay.
water upside down way of getting rid of earwigs. There
You
it is.
guys want
There's
to hear a
another thing.
funny? Do you want to hear a funny hiccup? This is so unrelated to anything we're talking about, but I
That's what we
I
do.
love this. I love this thing that my daughter and I have, Callie and I, years and years, probably 15 years ago, or maybe even more, we were watching Good Morning America, and they had this poor gal,
Hmm.
and I say poor, this
I re
unfortunate,
I
she
remember
had the
seeing that.
hiccups for
Yes.
like 3 years.
Years. Yes. And they
And
were they
so
were
they had her
consistent.
on there, and they had tried everything, like you were saying, neurologists and
Hmm.
bags and drinking upside down and helium balloons and they shots and not
Hmm.
shots, not shots. Well, they may have tried that too. I don't know, but
Hey, why not? Yeah. You get
so
desperate.
since that day, and I'm talking every time. So for 15 plus years, whenever either one of us hears somebody hiccup or we get the hiccups ourselves, if we're together, we say, this could be it. This could be the
This
world
is it.
record. This
Hmm.
could be it. And or now that she's living away, I'll send a text. I'll go, your mom just hiccuped. This could be it. This could be it. So keep me posted. So it's a little inside joke,
So
but
would you
I
rather
can't
have hiccups
imagine.
for the rest of your life or sneezes for the rest of your life?
Oh man. Um,
Let's say an average of three per minute. You're going to have one of those for the rest of your life.
wow. Amy,
Yeah.
you go first. I got to think on that.
I might say hiccuping just because you can at least talk through them or
Mm.
still
They're
theoretically
faster.
function
Yeah,
through
they
them.
get over a
Yeah.
little quicker.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
Sneezing like
sneezes are
shuts
like
you down.
yeah, it's like a
yeah.
full body
It's also,
bam.
yeah, it's very juicy. I mean, you don't want to spread your
It's
germs.
It is.
Hiccups
Oh,
shouldn't
and
be. If
and
they
there's
are,
a
you
chance that
have
stuff is
another
going to
issue.
come out when you
Yeah.
sneeze. There's a
Yeah.
chance there will be cleanup. Usually
Hiccup
with
is,
hiccups,
yeah, more
no
internal.
chance really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
I'll go
glad
with
we cleared that
hiccups.
up. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at
Yep.
church
Have a great
Saturday and
week.
Sunday. What are we talking about? Life lessons from a little brother. That's what we're talking about.
Yes. I
And
love
so
that.
we're in the book of James, and I do have to tell you that I spent some time in the past few days studying about James being Jesus's little brother, because church growing up for me, I had never heard about Jesus
Sure.
having siblings, and
Yep.
then there's the discussion of are Jesus's siblings blood related? Are they stepkids? Are they brothers and sisters? Like we consider the three of us to be brothers and sisters. And
Right.
for me, at the end of the day, it's about salvation, and
Yeah.
I don't need to see a family tree. That's not that important to me. I do love the idea that Jesus had a little brother named James that didn't follow
Mhm.
him while he was alive and came
Right.
to be a leader in the church and wrote this book, right? Wrote this letter.
Yeah.
That's so important. So
I love
that helped
that
me
too.
resolve coming into life lessons from a little brother.
Yeah.
Um, and I appreciate that. It's
Well,
just
good.
one of those learning things that we get to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people do think that, Jesus had siblings, but he
hmm.
definitely did. and they were all younger. And somebody might say, how do you know? Well, when Jesus was born, his mom prior to that was a virgin. So,
Hmm.
Mary was a virgin. So that means no kids.
Yeah.
So he was the oldest. Jesus was the oldest.
Makes
And probably
makes
the
sense.
favorite, speaking of favorites. But yeah,
Yeah, well, that's okay. Let's talk about that.
okay.
Let's talk about the favoritism that was a good part of the message that you gave on chapter 2 from James.
Yeah,
Is it enough to believe? And I love that idea, and we're going to talk about that in like the second half of what you talked about,
sure.
bringing the chocolate to the peanut butter as you mix those together. That was perfect. But you talked about favoritism, and there's I don't know if you use the word dysfunction or unhealthy favoritism.
Unhealthy, I for sure used. Yeah,
Yeah, and this uh, there's a difference between favoritism and uh, unhealthy favoritism and having favorites. I don't know, maybe that's a way to look at it. But
sure.
uh, I have close friends, I have
Hmm.
family, I have a spouse, I have four dogs, and at any given moment, one is going to be my favorite, and the others may be being naughty. Who's not barking right now? That's my favorite. But and I know that that's different, and I don't mean, I don't intend for us to get balled up in
Sure,
language and words
sure.
because that can be so easy to do. Here we
Yeah.
are in the English language. I looked up the word for favoritism. And I can't pronounce it. It has more letters than the alphabet. When I
Oh,
looked up,
wow.
yeah, it's too much. I can't. Let me see if I can
Okay,
pull it up here.
okay.
It is favoritism. Prosopolymepsia. Prosopolymepsia. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Olay.
favoritism. And it's yeah, and the thing is, it's only mentioned a handful of times. That particular word is
Mhm.
four times altogether that it's used. So in this case, to talk about it in a way that's not healthy, let's compare that or contrast that then with a good example. We love
Sure.
the example of Jesus. He had an inner circle of James and John and
Peter.
Peter, and he had his 12 disciples. He had followers, and he separated, right? He separated those individuals from the lost sheep. That's
Yeah.
that's made clear. So in a sense, you could say, well, Jesus had a series of uh, people that he considered to be more favorite than others, but
Oh,
he obviously wasn't doing
okay.
that in a way that was
Sure.
favoritism. So how
So
do
when
we
you're talking
contrast
about
that?
when you're talking about separated from the lost sheep, are you talking about separated the goats from the sheep,
Yes.
or separate? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that's different from favoritism. Let's
Couple,
start
two
from
different things, right? Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is two different things. So
Right.
so let's start from this lens. Jesus loves every single one of us exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the same. There's
Yes.
nothing any one of us can do to make Jesus love us more.
Thank God. I don't want that pressure.
Exactly. And so when we think about that, love and then playing favorites is different. So I love what you said, inner circle, because we all have
Hmm.
kind of a God-given inner circle. That's our family. And most healthy families stay together their entire life. And unfortunately, there are people who feel closer to friends that they make in high school or college or along the way that are closer than family. That is unfortunate. Um, but that then becomes your inner circle, that place where you trust those people. Our church family, I consider our church family, you've heard this before,
Mm.
family, because I trust the people that we have become. We're a family, right?
Yeah.
So
We're.
we are an inner circle. Now, what that's healthy.
Mm.
That's healthy. The just like of my inner circle that I just talked about, or Jesus' inner circle. He didn't have my wife, but I have my wife. And so
Yes.
scripturally, my wife comes before all of you guys
Mm.
by nature of the fact that we are bonded together. Jesus sees us as one. It says, when husband and wife come together, you're one. Take two pieces of duct tape, stick them
Mm.
together. How many pieces of duct tape do you now have? You have one piece of duct tape, just
I
twice as thick.
really like the alliteration that you just used there. Jesus sees us. Jesus sees us. Man, that's ooh, give me chills
Oh,
just even hearing it.
well, there you go.
Jesus sees us as
Uh,
one. I like it.
Excellent. And so now that's healthy. That's healthy.
Mm.
When I know that there are people I can trust and that I feel safe around and can be vulnerable, that's fantastic.
Hmm.
The unhealthy part becomes when we have just imagine if the three of us were the inner circle, right? And another screen pops on and they maybe can't do anything for us, so a lot like we're
Mm.
doing to Amy, we ignore and don't let her talk, right? Um,
I think
or
I
you
just to
just
be fair, Amy is talking as much as she wants to right now. Is
I
that
think
fair?
that might be true. That might be true.
We can go with that. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So
Or we're
so
completely off and just can't shut up. One of the two.
well, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, back to you,
But
Carl.
when we start to play favorites, seeing people as stepping stones, like, oh, I can ignore that person because they can't do anything for me, or I'm going to really suck up to this person, like James talks about, oh, you sit here, this is a preferred spot
Mhm.
at our church. We don't have a preferred spot. I don't think, maybe we do, but
Table
um,
one. Table one is pretty
table
popular
one
in
is a
Bismarck.
preferred
Yeah.
spot. Yep. But that's what he's talking about is when we start playing favorites to benefit ourselves. And it's not so much that we're favoring one, it's that we're not
There you go.
treating the other one right.
Hmm.
So I can have
Okay.
my wife and I can love my wife and prioritize her above everybody else. But if it changes the way that I'm treating other people, well, I actually have an unhealthy outlook of people and pretty much everything, I would say. Yeah.
And I think it always, for me, seems to come back to idolatry. If we're putting something above God,
Yeah.
if we're putting something above the love that we have for everyone, then we're giving that more power than God intends us to give it. And
That's
that could be
exactly right. And
money. Yeah,
that's
that could be
that's
people.
that's what
Yep.
James is talking about. He's saying when you're playing favorites because somebody can do something for you or what you can get from them, you've just become materialistic.
Mhm.
You've put what they can do for you over God's commandment, which means you've taken your focus off Jesus.
I was spending some time the last couple days looking into this favoritism thing because I did. I really wanted to kind of
Sure.
get it right in my mind. And
Yeah.
it's funny, a lot of the sites that I found, a lot of the Bible studies that I looked into kept pointing back to James 2 verses 12 and 13, which is to serve the unseen.
Mhm.
So it's serving those who can do nothing for you and
Yep.
reflect. And I like this, reflecting the love of Jesus and the impartiality of God.
Yeah.
And that really
Yeah.
it fixed my
That's
cerebral mismatch of favoritism and non-favoritism.
cerebral mismatch.
That's I think that'll be my autobiography, actually. Cerebral
Okay.
mismatch.
I'd
That's
buy
it.
that.
That's
I'll need a signed copy.
you'll get a signed copy. Yeah, don't worry about it. I
Excellent.
got you. I got you.
Okay.
So those were the big ones. And then at the end, again,
Yeah.
another alliteration thing when it comes to faith and deeds. Faith is the root and deeds are the fruit. And
Yeah.
the fact that those two words are spelled so differently, root and fruit,
Hmm.
I spelled it wrong the first time. I wrote fruit like Fruit Loops. The first time I'm like, why is that? Why is it giving me the red squiggly? Faith is the root, deeds are the fruit, and I consider us as Christians, we're all leaders. We have leaders in our church, we have leaders in our family, and all of us, every one of us, as a Christian, we are leaders, and we display our faith through our actions, and they're either actions that are reputable and like Jesus would want us to do, or not. And either way, we're still leading. And
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that fruit thing was important to me. I'm not a big fruit fan, but if I'm going to have
Okay.
fruit, I don't want it to be grungy and rotten fruit. I'd rather it was the good stuff
Right.
that
Right. I
we're
agree.
intended to have.
Although that does make the best banana bread. That particular type of banana,
Mm. You've got
I
like
found.
that one day window where it's just the right
Yep.
texture and consistency
Yep.
and sweetness.
Where you would never ever think of eating it unless it's in bread form. Yep.
Mm.
That's right.
All right. Well, we've talked food. We've got that off the
We
list.
have. Good. Good. We got that out of the way.
Excellent. How was the revival before we preview the coming message? How was the revival last night in Fargo?
Oh, it was well reviving. It really was. To
Excellent.
get together and I was I was really kind of on my drive back from Bismarck. It got pretty icy, and
Hmm.
Megan would say the same thing. Play keyboards with you guys on Sunday.
Yes. Hey, Megan,
We
thank you. That
saw
was great. Yeah.
there were multiple cars in the ditches, and
Mm.
so that slows me down every time. Even if I feel like I'm in control, I automatically slow down. So I was thinking,
Smart.
well, it's going to be icy, and it was, but people still showed up. There were new faces.
Mm.
I got the opportunity to play with just some of my favorite people to play with ever, and some new people that I'd never played with before.
Awesome.
And I thought I thought the music was phenomenal. On my end anyway,
Mm.
to play and yeah, it was fantastic. It was just revitalizing and reviving and what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Community just built on our friendships.
Yeah, good.
Anytime you get together, you're building on that connection. You know.
Excellent. And it sounds like a great way to begin the week, right? The night before getting back to regular work week, yada yada yada,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we all do.
I agree.
Just a way to energize. So I'm glad it's successful, and I'm going to keep asking you about it mostly because because I want to make sure that it's still being successful so that you still keep doing it. Because I
Yep,
am so encouraged that the Fargo community and Journey Fellowship are leading this revival on a Sunday night. That makes me feel really good and happy that that light is shining right now. So thank you for doing that.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, there we go.
And there's the kitty cat. That's perfect transition. It's like a George Lucas movie where you just
Yes, it was. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And now we transition to Amy.
All right.
And it's the series continues.
Yep,
Which kitty is
there you
that?
go.
What's the kitty's name?
That's Fiona.
Fiona. Okay, we need to make sure she gets on the union and signs the contract for her appearance today.
Hmm.
Yep.
But Fiona is here to tell us about life lessons from a little brother, and we're up to chapter 3. Unless you've decided to go out of sequence, Amy, is that where we're heading next?
I didn't know out of sequence was an option, so I went with chapter 3.
Anything is an
Just-
option. Remember, it's your message. You do what you want.
This is
Now
true.
you tell me. Okay, so complete rewrite. We'll see what comes out. No,
Suddenly we're in Revelation for no reason. Yeah.
yeah, no. Chapter
Okay.
three.
Book of Maccabee. Let's do it.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, chapter 3, and
Mhm.
it's only Monday, and we talk about this, especially when we have guest speakers that are coming in and talking about it. But I'm excited to hear it. Have you got any thoughts together? Have you been given a start to the message yet?
I do have a start to the message. And I think if I had to say that there's a title or a catchphrase for it, it would be words matter,
Oh
Hmm,
yeah.
I think. Um,
excellent.
and then I have a question for you two. If
Ooh,
I say, what is a classic Disney movie? What do you think of?
the
I go
Apple
Jungle
Dumpling
Book.
Gang,
Okay, Apple Dumpling Gang. Wow. Yeah, that's great. Jungle Book. I go
Jungle Book for
Jungle
you.
Book.
Okay, Jungle Book is probably closer to what I was thinking, but there's actually a line out of Bambi
Oh,
that I'm going
yes,
to use
Okay.
excellent.
with this one.
Ooh, that is
So,
fantastic assignment. Watch Bambi before
Can
Saturday
I
and
can I
Sunday.
take a guess at what line it is? Would you tell me if I'm right?
Hmm.
mhm.
He can call me flower if he wants to. Is it that one?
No,
If you don't
no,
have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Oh,
that
there
would
you
be
go.
it.
Oh,
That's it?
That's
Oh
it. That's
man.
that's called Thumper's Rule.
yeah.
And yeah, so classic Disney falls into everyday life of something to think about. So,
There you go.
Words do
Yep.
matter, and we see on your shirt, it says and don't just it says save the, and I
Yep, that's
absolutely agree because in texting and people communicating, we skip grammar is really important. So if you're texting me and you want to say the sky is blue, I would rather you said not just sky blue, the sky is blue, period,
sure.
or exclamation point. So save the, I absolutely agree.
Yep,
Words
let's do it.
are important. Words matter. I
And there's
don't
a
know.
picture of a rhinoceros?
hmm, because
Oh, there
it's
is more to it.
there is.
Save the chunky. Okay,
Oh,
now I have to tell this story because
all
Chubby
right.
doesn't come up there very often. I was in third grade. I believe it was third grade, maybe fourth, but I'm pretty sure third grade. And we
Okay.
had in the town I grew up in, we had a substitute teacher. Her name was Miss Blank, and she was ancient when she was born. She was one of those people that was
Oh,
always
sure.
old, lived in the
Yeah,
small
yeah.
town I grew up in, and she was always ancient. And she was in third grade, and we were doing words. We were doing English words. And the word that came up, she was giving definitions. The word that came up was chubby. And she
Okay.
defined it as not skinny and not like way fat, like not over fat, but a little bit fat. So
Okay.
I'll give you an example of who that might be. So everybody in the class, including me, was thinking of the fat kid. She called on me to stand up and come to the front of the class as an example of what chubby was.
She called you?
Yes, and I was a chubby child. I mean, if you've seen King of the Hill, I was uh
Bobby?
Bobby. Yeah, I was, and I still am Bobby. I've come back around. I'm living the Bobby life these days.
Oh man.
But so Chubby, whenever I see Chubby, and I absolutely save the chubby unicorns and the chubby children and the chubby adults, save all of us, please, and the chubby
Did
pets, and
Oh,
of course
can
the
you
chubby pets.
imagine sorry, I got to go back to I don't think you could even think about doing that today.
I don't. You couldn't then, honestly. It was
Right.
the
Oh my
70s. You
gosh.
probably shouldn't do it then either, but of
That
all the
might be
things
one
to remember
that
from
might
my
be one of your
childhood.
scars, James.
It
That might
is.
be one of your scars.
It is. I carry it with me. I'll be okay. I will
Okay.
survive. I will survive
Wow.
this. But so thanks for bringing that up, Amy. The
You're
big meanie.
welcome.
That's why we don't
Gonna be
let
a
you talk very much.
gonna be a banner weekend.
So, Amy, you plan to be in Bismarck. I know we've talked a little bit about that, and I want to put out another announcement that's associated with that. For those that don't know, in Fargo, I've heard, and I know for sure in Bismarck, Amy is one of our decorating experts, and she's the
Yep.
one that makes things look good in our
Yep.
homes that we get
Yep.
together with on Saturday and Sunday. And Amy's done a couple help outs in Bismarck already to make things look good on the what do we call it? Is it the stage? Is that what we call it?
Yep.
The
It's
front
stage,
Yeah.
of
sure.
the stage. And we're ready this coming Sunday in Bismarck to take down the Christmas decorations. And since Amy's coming up, we've got some new stuff coming, and we're going to do that. So after the service, if you've got time this
Hmm.
Sunday in Bismarck to stick around and help out, we'd sure appreciate it. Another call out that I'd like to do, Amy, anything on that? Any requests that you have for people or thoughts that you have about what's coming next?
I don't think so. I mean, what's going to go up is going to be pretty darn simple, but at least it's a change.
Hmm.
So the only thing is, I don't know if we have a ladder there or
Oh
not.
yes, yep. We got a
Yep.
couple different options
Okay.
for ladders, and also chairs and spinning chairs if we want to get crazy. And
We
um,
I'll
do.
save
We do
those
have
for
all
you.
that.
excellent, I've got it. We'll turn off the cameras so OSHA won't be involved. It'll be fine. And then also in Bismarck, we have a need right now, and we're asking if anybody has contact with child care providers or maybe the University of Mary. We know that they have a
Yep.
program out there. We're looking to
Children's
set up a
education, something like that.
Yeah, we're looking to set up some childcare options in Bismarck,
Hmm.
and we're looking for a connection to maybe talk to some folks who might be able to help us out on Sunday mornings here.
Yep.
So talk to Karl or me or Amy,
Sure.
and anybody on the board. We're all kind of looking for that, but please
Yep.
help out with those. Anything else that's happening in Fargo or any other requests that we have right now? Put you on the spot.
Yep. No, you know what? I can't think of anything. I mean, there's always a need.
Sure.
Anyone that unlocks either one of our locations on a Saturday morning, and it's obviously different in both locations. There's always sweeping and
Mm,
vacuuming and straightening chairs and cleaning the bathrooms and those things. There's always things like that. Making coffee. No one is going to if someone shows up and says, "Hey, I'm here to help." There is
mm,
something to do. I promise you that.
for sure.
And it would be welcome. It's always welcome for sure.
And an appreciation for those that are currently doing it. I mean, we have people that wear a lot of hats to make
Hmm.
sure our homes are organized
Yep.
and pleasant. And so thank you to those that do that. We do have in Bismarck, this is a little ways out, but we need to plan for these things. Our potluck comes up the third Sunday
Yes.
of the month, and this time it's dippity doo dah. It's all about dips, things you can dip, things that are dipped in, French dips,
I saw that on the list. French
any
dip.
of yeah, any of the dips and things that can be dipped in. And we're also going to do some games after we eat or while
Yeah.
we eat. Because we had a lot of fun at game night here New Year's Eve as well. So those are some things coming up. And as far as requests go, how about a prayer for uh, devoted? That's our word of the year, and
Wow.
continued prayers for our family and people that are traveling. We have a lot of folks trying to get
Mhm.
warm. Um,
Yeah.
Please stay away from Venezuela. I know some people are getting kind of close down there in their cruises and whatnot, but stay safe and for the health and happiness of all of our family members. But I gave a transition to you and then I stepped on it. So devoted,
No.
and then you said, "Oh yeah."
Well, you usually ask me if I have a final thought, and when
Yes,
you
that's
said that,
yep.
is that where we're at?
That's where unless Amy has more that she needs to, I know we can't shut her up, folks, but Amy, anything else that you wanted to add
You're
in about
muted,
your
Amy.
coming
You're
message
muted.
or yeah.
You have
No,
anything, Ames?
I'm good on that. Since I
Okay.
hit my word limit, we'll just keep it at that.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
So my final thought, it's amazing you said that. Our word for the year is devoted. And I was going to encourage people, challenge people, whatever you want to say, not just tonight, but for I want to say the month of January, to just pray for our church, because devoted can mean a lot of different things, but we as a church, if you've been, I would say, what's fair, more than one or two services, you realize that we see each other as family, and we're not in a transitional phase by any means, but we're moving into a new year, and we are our our call, our purpose is to share the gospel as a family, and that could look so different depending on the time and the day and the month and all of the weather conditions. So I would just, I was, it's like you read my mind. I want to encourage people to pray, just be devoted to praying for our church and whatever that means. And here's the fun thing about that: God knows what it means, even if you don't. He
And
just wants to know.
yeah, and I think it will evolve throughout the year. I know
Oh, for
that
sure.
our
Absolutely.
our men's group will be talking about it, our Bible study this week. We're going to talk just kind of a recap, and I would encourage everybody to do this also, to kind of add on to the final thought there, like I tend to do. Do you
Yeah.
have any final
Oh,
thoughts
yeah.
that I can add on
Final thought.
to? To think about what growth was for us last year. How did we
Yeah.
grow individually? How did we, what was growth like? And we're going to talk about that. And then also, what does devoted mean for us as men that are leaders, for us as a family? And I'm really encouraged by that. So thanks for pointing that out. And I have to tell you that two things are causing this show to wrap up at this point. Number one, my wife just got home with pizza a little bit ago.
Okay.
And number two, my cat allergies are like my eyes are starting to tear up and my nose is running. There's been so many cats. I don't think they can spread over the internet, but I think subconsciously my body is saying I
That's
got to get
pretty
away.
advanced technology if it's affecting you. That is amazing.
The data transfer rate of dander is really high.
I would think so.
But I do appreciate the pets. I do appreciate you guys, the time that we get to spend together, for those that are watching along, and that we get to see this coming whenever it is, during the week, during the weekend. Hopefully we see everybody soon. Stay safe. God bless. And we'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.